Hello, hello, hello. It's me again. This is Real Talk with Amiri, doing another one. I was supposed to do this Saturday. Like I said, I've been just not in the right mood, going through a few things in my home. Got a house guest. Brings a lot of negative energy with them. And they may not know it, but just the mindset. But I'm going to work through it. They only here temporary. But yes, doing another one. Hope everyone is doing okay, doing well, getting through what they need to get through. Life can really throw you some loops sometimes. Definitely. But you can and you must keep going. But yes, topic this this week is, why can't we solve arguments without guns? And as everyone knows in the whole wide world, the celebration after the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, someone was killed. A woman, a mother with children, with sons, was killed over an argument, someone else's argument, I believe. And other people were injured. Had nothing to do with it. Had nothing to do with this argument. And that is a question that I thought about. Good topic. Why can't we solve arguments without guns? And people who have a lack of self-control, discipline, knowledge, wisdom, cannot control themselves enough to not shoot anyone. And in our society, those people, there are a whole lot of different mindsets, a whole lot of different perspectives of how people think, and a whole lot of levels of people in the world, a lot of low mindsets. And of course, when you don't have this mindset, you can clearly see doing something like this, having a lack of self-control in a situation with millions of people, cameras, the consequence. You can clearly see that's not a good decision to make. So the people who do things like this, what are they really thinking about? Where are they from? What type of lives are they from? And as I have said before, a lot of people want to run away from problems like this. I want to move out of the city. I want to move to Johnson County. I think these people were black. I'm not 100% for sure. I know one of them was. But, a lot of white people, you want to separate yourself from, that's not my family. That's not my community. I'm going to move to Johnson County. I'm going to do this. But then when you have to come to the city, or when the city comes to you occasionally, then it becomes a problem. As a community and a world, we really need to start understanding that my problems can become your problems. And it's just going to happen. It's assimilation. It's the bleeding out of things that happen in my community. They may eventually become your problem. And a lot of this is probably very deep rooted in the things of our past in America, slavery, civil rights movement, Jim Crow, all of those things play a part in what has grown up to be America today. Because nothing just happens really overnight. It's been growing and festering. The infection has been growing over time, and it just gets worse and worse. And until we really solve the problem, it's going to continue to happen. And I really don't think it's about putting more people in jail, more police. That does not solve the problem. And I hear that all the time. Oh, increase police, the war on crime. And how about the war on poverty? How about the war on injustice? The war on unfairness? There is a segment of society that has been treated a certain way. And I don't know if I mentioned this in my last podcast, but education is so important. We want to claim we support education, but we have Johnson County schools and we have Jackson County schools. Totally different. Vast difference. And that's not just this community. There are other communities that look very different. And just imagine you have this child that grows up in a school system that is violent. The teachers really don't want to be there. There's a lack of resources. Nobody really cares. There's this atmosphere of who gives a fuck. And then you have this other educational system in Johnson County. Oh, everybody cares. We have good buildings. We have great teachers that want to be there. They're teaching the right thing. They're happy and they want to be there. And when these two worlds collide, what do you get? You get someone that's angry and upset and has this mindset. And it is a whole culture. Black people have this whole culture. And it's not the whole culture. It's not all black people. Of course not. It is a certain part of our culture that guns, they're acceptable. They're okay. It's okay to brandish guns and take pictures and it's not just young people. There are some older people doing this. A lot of times males. We're talking about a lot of males. And there's no thought or consequence. Oh, I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm not taking this. I'm not taking that. But I don't hear anybody say, I'm about to shoot this nigga and I'm going to jail. And they might say that. I don't know. But I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. So how much is your life worth? How much do you care about your life? There's a lot of hopelessness in our young people as far as our black community. And there's some whites that think like this too, and they're probably getting it from black America. But there is no conflict resolution in our schools. A lot of our morals and values have been taken out. We can't talk about religion, which teaches some morals and values. So just because you take out religion does not mean that we can't teach you what it is to be a good person, what it is to have empathy and sympathy. Those things are still a part of being a person. There are a lot of families out here that are corrupt. They are misguided, corrupt, bad. So when a teacher brings this student into a classroom, she needs to be teaching him that maybe what you have at home is not right, but you can be right. I don't think they go a lot into psychology. All those things need to be in our school systems being taught. This is what a good person is. This is good behavior. This is where this behavior is going to take you. Having a gun is not acceptable unless it's for protection. You have to be this old to have a gun. When you have a disagreement, this is not how you resolve an argument. And we need to stop promoting this. A lot of the times this is promoted in music. A lot of music. You know, everybody's rapping and everybody got a gun, and we need to stop promoting this. And black people don't have the money a lot of the times to promote. So who's really promoting this agenda? Who has the money in the music industry? Who's in control of the money? It's white people. I don't know if it's Jewish, white. It's not black people. So please understand that. But it definitely has to be a change in our culture, in our teaching, in our perspectives, in our family styles that we groom our children. Because what we're doing is not working. A woman celebrating a Super Bowl win should not be killed because of an argument. And it's really ignorant and stupid. And a lot of people will not talk about this to their children. It's just something that happened. You go on to the next, talk about it. Teach your children this is not something that should have happened. When you have arguments, you settle them with your mouth, not with a gun. An argument is words. Even an altercation or even a fight, that does not have to be solved with a gun. And a lot of the time, this is men. So men, pick up yourself, your work, get out here, get into groups. A lot of people are just talking about what they don't like. Get up and do something about it. Even a podcast, even a video, a book, a pamphlet, a meeting. Nobody wants to do anything. They just want to be unhappy with the things that are going on. Say something, do something. What are you doing about it? church. You have the building. Start having groups or meetings for our young men, especially our young black men. This is what we're doing wrong. This is where we went wrong. This is what you can do to make it better. Start doing something. Otherwise, nothing is going to change. It's inevitable. If you don't do something different, change something, you're not going to get a different result. And that goes for women too. Of course, you see all of the women on YouTube and different platforms. We're doing a lot of what men do on lower numbers. There are some women who have went out here and shot somebody, and that's a whole nother different mindset, a different type of a woman. But it happens. And I am definitely starting to understand that people come from a different program. And I don't know exactly what the word is to define that separation, but you have people at this mindset, this low mindset. I just want to, let's say, I want to live off welfare. I want to get food stamps and my welfare check. I want to keep having babies and keep getting food. That's a mindset. I'm not concerned with getting married or rising out of that, having a better future. That's where their mindset is. You have men on a certain mindset. I don't care how many women I get pregnant. I'm going to have all these babies. I ain't paying no child support. I'm going to live day by day, unconcerned with my future. Fuck my children. How many children? I'm unconcerned with that. That's another mindset. You have all of these different mindsets of people. I see other people I'm seeing up close and personal. I want to talk about, I want something better. I want to do better, but you're not doing any better. So what delusional, little world are you in? And there are a lot of mindsets like that. I see it. Okay, this person, one of my daughters, Versailles, she used to play The Sims all the time, and she'd make up this little world and family, and it's like the world is a big Sims, a Sims game. Simulation. And then people, this is how people do. So you have this mindset, let's go back to the woman, has all these kids and she's on assistance, food stamps, Section 8. You want to bring someone else into that's not into that. Now it's one thing if you say, well, how did you do what you're doing? How did you get out of this? How can I get out of this? But people don't want that. They want you to go sit in their world and be okay with that and just chill. Oh, I don't want to get a job. I'm never going to work another job in my life. I just do nothing every day. Someone who is trying to be a better person, get more, do more, be more, whatever, it's going to be very hard for them to stay or be around that world. It's not what's enticing about it. So a lot of these things with the solving arguments is a mindset. We have all these different mindsets. And the people who do go out and shoot people, I'm going to blow his brains out because he's talking to my old girl, or he stepped on my shoes. He owed me $5. I don't like the way he looked at me. I'm going to blow his brains out. That is a mindset, and that is a very low mindset. It is someone who is very ignorant, uneducated. And I won't even say necessarily evil, but it's an ignorant person. He thinks what he's doing is correct, that it's okay. And like this particular event at the Super Bowl parade, that was ignorant. You're not even going to get away. There are 1 million people out here. So what lack of connection in their mind that would cause you to do that and think you're going to get away, or there's not going to be a consequence over an argument at a celebration? There is just a lot of messed up thinking in the world today, and I'm over it. I am so over it. Very over it. And people want to bring you into their dysfunctional mindset and thinking. And I don't want to do it. I do not want to do it. And why can't we solve arguments? People do not think right. We've got to start teaching our children. As a child becomes adult, most of these people, as a child, you're not thinking this way. As we get older, we're being taught this. So at some point, we gotta nip it at the bud. We gotta cut it off at the root. And white America, it's not just black people, but black people have been raised and taught and put in certain areas and situations where they don't have any hope. There's a lot of poverty. Our schools, our education. You think you are separating yourself from it, but it may come back to you at some point. It has to be dealt with. Why are our schools fucked up? Why are our schools look like prisons and trash and metal detectors, and all of these things play a part. You want to separate yourself, but we gonna end up together at some point. So solving arguments, I think, starts from being taught how to solve arguments in our educational system, in our schools. More money needs to go to our education programs. And if black people are the ones that's always out here shooting, then guess what? More money needs to be put into black schools, urban areas, where we are teaching us this is not how it goes. Just because your dad is not at home, which is a part of it too, just because you don't have things like you think you need. Let's teach you how to get those things. Let's teach you how to be a better person. Let's teach you how to communicate and solve these arguments peacefully. Conflict resolution. Money. We put out money for all this other crap. Money, millions of dollars for this, millions of dollars for that. Put it to where it needs to go. And at least attempt to. Let's have some beta testing. At least let's see. Let's try. Oh no, we need more police, and that's not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Somebody's gonna be dead, and it might be your friend or family member. So let's go to the root. And it's not that hard. We have all of these boards and research and data points and data surveys. We can find out what the root of the problem is. We always try to act like we don't know. Oh, we don't know. You do know. Go get some data and some research. And don't take 20 years to do it while hundreds of people die, thousands of people die. If the problem is urban areas and black people, let's go see what's wrong. Hey, it is what it is. One of the people I had a post about, spoke with, it is black men, but mass shootings are normally white people, white men. What's that problem? A disconnect. Do your research. It's not hard. Do your research. Find out what the problem is and then address it. And teach your children how to argue without pulling out a weapon. You don't need a gun to solve an argument. It can even be a heated argument. We can even tussle a little bit. And they used to fight back in the day. Guns are not the solution, because when you use that gun, you're going somewhere afterwards. The consequence is you're going to jail. Or you might be killed as well. That's not a solution. That is not a good solution. Teach your children that. Teach your young black men that. But yes, you guys, this has just been a quick, why can't we solve arguments without guns? And I think I have talked about guns before. And it's probably will be another discussion. But yes, teach conflict resolution. Put money into the people who are doing these things. Not jails, not prisons, not more policemen, programs and education. This has been another Real Talk with Amiri podcast. Everyone have a lovely day. Peace.